So, the translation of One Piece chapter 111 Zero has come out, and this chapter is beyond amazing. All 5 big elders have now arrived in their awakened forms to kick Luffy's ass, but Luffy isn't weak, and the move Zoro pulls off in this chapter, hearing about it will blow your mind. So the cover of the chapter starts Yamato's cover story. Here she says to Momonosuke that she will travel Wano like Odin did. In the cover, we can see Yamato and Momonosuke looking over Wano from the Flower Capital Castle. Yeah, like I said, we're going to start Yamato's cover story. I suppose she's going to do whatever she needs to do while traveling through Wano. After this, I guess she can join the Straw Hats in the final arc. Chapter begin with characters such as Vice Admiral Bluegrass, Bonney, Franky, and Atlas reacting to the sight of black lightning from the 5 elders being summoned, while the Giants and Pacifistas will continue attacking marine ships. In Mary Geoise, the very room of the 5 elders will be shown to be vacant, with only a large, burning magical circle on the floor. With 7 minutes remaining until Vegapunk's world announcement, the scientist is seen enjoying a Vega coffee on the screens. But the tension will be increased as Luffy, who will be in shock, will be seen exclaiming that there are 5 monsters now, followed by a dramatic double-page spread where all the 5 elders will be depicted standing before him. Each elder is in their awakened form, with dark, flaming smoke swirling around their necks. Chapter confirms the identities of the 5 elders. Saint J. Garcia Saturn will be revealed as the yokai Ushi Oni, Saint Marcus Mars as an Itsumaid, a bird yokai, Saint Topman Warcury as a Huki, a giant boar with 4 tusks, Saint Ethan Baron V. Nuzjuro as a Bakutsu, a skeleton horse, and Saint Shepherd Jupiter as a massive worm monster. The chapter will follow Nuzjuro as he transforms into his hybrid centaur-like form, carrying swords in both hands and charging toward the pacifists. One of the swords will be a black blade. Yes, you heard correctly, it's black blade. It looks like we might see the 3rd black blade in One Piece now. The first one is Mihawk's Yoru, the second is Shusui, and now the 3rd one, whose name is not known, but we can guess that it's Shodai Kititsu. So he will defeat some pacifistas by freezing their internal circuits, rendering them immobile. This might be related to some devil fruit power of his, which seems to resemble Brook's abilities to some extent. Meanwhile, Mars will launch an attack on the lava phase, effortlessly bypassing Vegapunk's protective barrier, which will remain intact despite the trespass. Jupiter will burrow underground, leaving Luffy to battle Saturn. Usopp will finally devise a way to bring the 1000 Sunny to a halt by creating a bamboo barrier. Sanji will contact everyone through Din Din Mushi, urging them to evacuate immediately and not wait for him and Luffy. Jinbe will arrive at the location where Zoro and Lucci are engaged in combat and inform Sanji that the two are still locked in battle. And then after 6 months later, we see a fight between Rob Lucci and Zoro, where Rob Lucci knocks one sword out of Zoro's hand. At this moment, both Rob Lucci and Zoro sense a power haki, and Lucy is curious to know whose haki it is. Zoro reveals that the effect of this power, haki, has spread throughout the entire island, so Zoro is also interested in knowing more about it. At the same time, Sanji is talking to Jinbe on the Din Din Mushi, asking Jinbe about his position and what's going on there. Jinbe replies that those two are still fighting. Upon hearing this, Sanji starts berating Zoro, calling him useless, and Zoro just listens to this, which makes him angry. In the meantime, Lucci attacks Zoro with a Shigen Madara, which is a hand pistol attack. At first, Zoro easily dodges the attack, and then he quickly picks up his fallen sword. Now, Zoro uses a new 3-sword style technique named Huhuva Hell, Stripe Hunt. It's clarified that this attack isn't the King of Hell attack. Instead, it's a basic technique where Zoro only utilizes armament haki. With just this one attack, Zoro defeats Lucci. So our Zoro is not a weak opponent, brother. And finally, Zoro emerges victorious. Now the scene shifts to where we see Luffy fighting alone against the 3 elders. Now, Jupiter emerges from inside the earth and is about to eat Luffy. But come on, Luffy isn't dumb. He dodges the attack, and let me tell you, the way he dodges it is just amazing to watch. Now here come Dory and Brogy, who immediately cut off the throat of Jupiter, who had transformed into a sandworm as soon as they arrived. I mean, brother, this panel is quite amazing. And then Dory says, "Long time no, see Straw Hat," and Brogy says, "We couldn't wait any longer. We just had to see you." And that's where the chapter ends, along with the announcement that there won't be any break next week. So if you liked the explanation of this chapter, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.